Hey, welcome to Film Turbo. Today, I will tell you about the movie of 2022 called X. Let's go. The sheriff and his partner find a farm on which something terrible has clearly happened. Dead people lie everywhere. And when they go down to the basement, a truly terrible picture appears in front of them. Moving forward 24 hours. Back. It is now 1979. During these years, adult cinema has developed rapidly. Aspiring actress Maxine goes to Texas to shoot a film for adults, along with producer Wayne, with whom they start a relationship that also go with them, actors Bobolin and Jackson, and for filming. The film's director, RJ, and his conservative girlfriend, a sound engineer named Lorraine, are in charge. Maxine aspires to become a star. She wants to swim in fame and in a huge amount of money. Wayne promises her a bright future, but you just have to wait a bit in principle here. Everyone wants to succeed. Bobolin also expects to experience the American dream, to buy a big house with a swimming pool and not need anything. On the way, Lorraine starts arguing with a guy. RG did not tell her in advance what exactly they would shoot. The girl is not impressed with the content of the film, but the director explains that you need to start somewhere. He will try to make a serious movie, albeit for adults. The group arrives at the farm with an elderly couple, Howard and Pearl. Wayne agreed with the old man in advance, but naturally kept silent about how many of them there would be and what they would do. Howard takes his friends to the guest house, and after receiving the payment, he goes to the store. Lorraine shows concern about the deception of the farmers, but the producer has a different view on this situation. He says that it is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. And the team starts shooting the film, not in filming. In the process, Maxine goes for a swim, where Pearl is secretly watching her. On the way back, a young girl receives an invitation to enter their house and drink cold lemonade. Pearl says that she used to be as beautiful as Maxine. Howard was ready to carry her in his arms, but now everything has changed. She is not happy with her age and also begins to be jealous of Maxine's youth and home. The old man returns and the girl has to leave at the request of Pearl through another exit, although Howard quickly realizes that someone was in the house. Maxine takes a dose of intoxicant and goes to the shooting, and they are very successful. At this time, Pearl is trying to bring herself into order. Using cosmetics, she heads to the guest house where she watches how Maxine has sex with Jackson, and this, oddly enough, excites her. She even imagines herself in the place of a young girl. Then Pearl returns home and tries to seduce Howard. She begs the old man to make love to her, but he refuses, citing a weak heart. He also adds that they have discussed this situation many times. At the end of the working day, the company gathers together in the living room where the future of their cinema is discussed. Lorraine asks the producer how he can watch how his girlfriend has sex with another. The answer is tritely simple. He says that this is a business. They continue to discuss the film, love and freedom, and RG agrees with them to some extent. He says that this is not real life, but just a movie. Then Lorraine, who at first was critical of the whole process, seeks to get rid of the reputation of a hypocrite and shows a desire to take part in the filming of the film. RG at first categorically forbids her, but he cannot explain the reason. He said himself a few minutes ago that it was just a movie. Wayne takes the guy outside and explains that if she wanted to, then it's better not to stop her, as this could end badly for him. The director says that Lorraine is not like the rest of those present. She is supposedly good, but Wayne clearly gives him. Understand that there are no good girls in the house. And when RJ returns to the house, he sees that his girlfriend is already ready for filming. The man puts the camera in his hands and the guy shoots the scene between Lorraine and Jackson. But later, when everyone fell asleep, he realizes that he will not be able to come to terms with what happened and becomes furious because of Lorraine's infidelity. The guy is going to leave, but Pearl stops him when he gets out of the car. The old woman tries to seduce him, but Urgi rebuffs her because of what Pearl first sticks a knife in his throat and then finishes him without regret. And after that, she gets up and starts dancing and then takes the keys from the car. A little later, Lorraine wakes up and discovers the loss of RJ. The girl worries that the guy could leave and therefore asks Wayne to help her find him. Producer goes to a shed where he first steps on a nail, and then Pearl kills him and hides the body under a haystack. Meanwhile, Lorraine is confronted by Howard, who claims his wife is missing. He asks the girl to bring a flashlight from the basement of their house to help him find his sick wife. Lorraine goes down to the basement and quickly finds a flashlight, but when she goes upstairs, she realizes that she was locked up. Panicked, she looks around the dark room and discovers the mutilated, rotting corpse of an unknown man. At that time, Jackson goes to the kitchen to drink water. He notices Howard, who tells him that he is looking for his wife. Jackson himself offers to help him, and together, they head to the river where the guy finds someone's car. Then the old man tells him to be there alone, the guy who walked around the farm half naked and seduced his elderly wife. Apparently, we are talking about that dead man in the basement. Howard explains that he does not understand what is happening to his wife, and then raises a gun and kills Jackson. Meanwhile, Pearl sneaks into the guest house, undresses, and goes to bed with a sleeping Maxine. After which she cuddles up to her. The girl notices this after a few minutes and starts screaming, because of which the Pabalin wakes up. When she leaves the room, she sees an old woman running away from the house. At that moment, in the basement, Lorena grabs supports and breaks through the door. When she tries to reach the latch, Howard appears and breaks her fingers. Under threat of reprisal, he forces her to sit still, and then turns on the preacher's show on TV, making the sound louder to drown out her screams. Bobby Lynn goes to look for her friends. She stumbles upon Pearl at the pond and tries to help her, but the old woman did not appreciate her words, and between them, there is a verbal skirmish, after which Pearl pushes the girl into the lake where she is devoured by an alligator. Then Howard arrives and the couple returns to the guest house. Maxine notices them and hides in one of the rooms. The old people start discussing the murder, then their passion flares up, and despite Howard's weak heart, they make love. It turns out that all this time Maxine was hiding under the bed. The girl manages to sneak out of the room unnoticed and get to the van where she finds the corpse of RJ. Not finding the keys in the car, she armed herself with a gun, entered the couple's house and freed Lorraine, who blamed Maxine for what had happened and ran out the front door in a panic and was wounded by Howard. When the spouses begin to move the girl's body, the dying Lorraine suddenly lets out a wheeze. With this, she greatly frightens Howard and he dies of a heart attack. Maxine takes the key to the truck and tries to shoot Pearl, but realizes that the gun is not charged. Pearl retaliates by shooting at Maxine but misses. The recoil of the gun throws her out of the house and she breaks her hip in the fall. Maxine, ignoring Pearl's pleas for help, gets into the van and squeezes her head with the wheels of the car, after which she leaves the farm. It turns out that Maxine is the daughter of a Christian speech preacher who was often watched by Pearl and Howard. The next morning, the cops arrive at the scene. They find RJ's cell and speculate about its contents. Our video has come to an end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.